Yes, finally, we are back. We are live from South America. It's Awful Goodness number 71. How we all? How we all
Hola.
doing? I am your
Hola.
host. I am your host with the very most, and I think I know who our first viewer is, but we'll just leave him a secret. uh, Yeah, Condor Jez, ready and present, flying over the skies of South America, the Andes Mountains. With me is he's fat, he's greasy, but he ain't easy. Canales.
Hola. Who's Andy? And why does he have a mountain?
Uh, uh, um, yeah, that's a good question. Anyways,
Mm,
what's going
yes.
on, big boy?
Not much, not much. I'm here about to finish all my commissions, comics wise, and then I guess I'll have to look for work again because I haven't have to do that in 5 years. Thanks to Comics Gate, it's been awesome.
Ooh, hey, you know we have that thing, so maybe we can
Oh
talk
yeah,
about
no,
that.
you're
Uh,
right. You're right. We have that thing.
Yeah, after the show.
Mm-hmm.
And getting absolutely topped by us, it is our little bean boy at Mega Arts. Little
Hello there.
burrito boy!
Hey, hi. Hola.
How are things down south? We
For
got a
me, at
story
least.
we got a story about you guys later.
Oh, yeah, that's true. I'm doing
I,
fine, thanks.
mhm.
Allow Mega to introduce himself. Like what's been going on down in the border, south of the border.
Well, people are complaining because it has been doing a lot of heat down here.
Mm,
Uh,
One of my friends was complaining because in Tabasco, apparently how's it called? Cables de fusibles, all those bullshit for electricity, are pretty much exploding for all the heat.
shit.
oh, the
Y-
Transformers?
Yeah, she told me that she was pretty much out of electricity since yesterday because the one in her street uh, blew up.
Ooh.
Oh shit.
It, and it
Yeah,
was because of the high temperatures.
I've had that happen before.
For high
It's just a big
temperatures,
old bang.
Because of your cow farts? Because the cows in Wisconsin fart too much?
No, 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 I'm talking about down here.
Oh, in Peru. So
Yeah,
is it because the llamas fart too much?
maybe. Well,
they should do the same thing that they did in Mad Max, that they used the shit of the pigs to make fuel.
Yes, absolutely.
no. I mean, they're trying it. I mean, just saw like a video not too long ago about some farmer guy in Kenya who uses his chicken shit to make like biofuel to heat up his house and stuff.
Yes, that's smart.
So that was pretty neat. Shit. We were going to be joined by some angry little leprechaun, but I guess he's busy uh
Trying to find this pot of gold.
Yeah.
yep, trying to find his
Hey,
pot
pot
of
of gold.
gold. Someone stole his pot of gold and he's trying to get it back.
Or his Lucky Charms.
Yep, such is the plight of the wee folk.
Mm-hmm.
As for me, shall I expound upon you why we didn't have a show next last week?
Oh,
Last week.
yeah, that's true.
I remember.
Okay, so you know I have a retarded cat, right? She's
Yeah.
mentally
Yes.
retarded.
I
I know you are a retarded cat.
We're all
No, no,
retarded
I'm not.
cats in
At
here.
least I'm not a leprechaun.
Fuck you.
Did you find your pot of gold, boyo?
If I found my pot of gold, I wouldn't be streaming with you assholes right now.
So let me tell my story about why we weren't here last week quick, and then you can then you can then you can take over midnight. Anyways, short story. My retarded cat decided to climb on the roof and somehow fell off into like 3 stories, no, 3 or 4 stories.
She basically became trapped in an abandoned building next to yours, right?
Yeah, trapped in an
She
abandoned
fell. She
building
fell.
next to
Yeah,
ours
she fell to a
and next
hole in the
to the
roof,
building
and
that I'm currently living in.
yeah, and there
And
was no
on
freaking
Saturday,
way of getting her out.
and there was no way to get her out. And so I had to listen to her go meow and cry for like 3 days until Monday when I went to the police because apparently the firefighters down here don't rescue cats anymore. And we found some people with a tall enough ladder to get down into the house. They rescued her in a bed sheet, and now she's sleeping behind my computer. But does that stop her from going? But did that stop her from going on the roof and being a little shithead? Hell no. Hell no.
I would be surprised, for cats are nature's assholes.
Was
So,
she injured?
uh, not that I noticed. I'm thinking maybe she. I'm thinking maybe she could have fell like landed on her feet at least, despite the place being like full of junk and stuff.
Cats are. Have you ever seen slow motion footage of a cat falling and
Mhm.
landing on its feet?
Yeah.
Their bodies are just designed to land well. Luckily,
Mhm.
um,
So I think physically she's fine until I drag her to the vet because I haven't had time to do that since between then and now because I'm moving just to a different part of Lima, of the city.
would you like to describe some of the methods of retrieval we contrived to get you to fabricate?
Okay, so first we tried like lowering a laundry basket filled with like chicken bones, but that didn't really interest her. And then during
Well,
the
I
night, it
never
just
said chicken bones. See, there's your first mistake. I didn't say chicken
oh
bones. You
no,
need to put
I
food
said
in
chick.
there.
I asked if she had like some the landlady because that's the window we had to operate out of. I asked her if she had any chicken, and then she just pulled some chicken bones out of the trash, and it's like, no, my cat, no, this retarded cat, retarded as she is, she has refined taste, and she wants chicken meat, not just the bones.
Did you not have any cat food?
I had dry cat food and I put it in the bucket, but as I said, the bucket that I had was too small for her to jump in.
What happened to the laundry basket?
Um, well, it didn't work.
Oh,
So
okay.
yeah,
Go ahead. Tell us how we were lowering the bucket in.
yeah. So I used like some yarn that I had, and I lowered it from the landlady's kitchen window down to where Luna was. I put in
Huh.
like the rest of her cat food that she had at the time and a little thing of water I made from a like the bottom of a Coke bottle.
If
And she did like knock it over to like access the food, but I guess the water also spilled on it and got on the food and turned it all wet and mushy, and I guess she didn't like that, so
if we're ever on the island, I want you guys to understand that Jez is a some liability when it comes to fabricating the necessities of survival.
I mean,
So basically, what you're implying, Midnight, is that Jess will be the food of the other survivors.
Basically, we have
Possibly.
to. Yeah, we'll have to
what?
eat
No,
yes.
what? No, I'm too like squishy. You're
I
not
think
gonna get any nutrition out of me, I'm afraid.
I mean, I'm probably the
Fat is
meatiest in
actually
the island, but I'm too big and strong, and I would probably end up eating you all, motherfuckers. I'm an apex predator.
fat is
Yeah.
highly nurture. Like fat is good when you're on a desert island.
Mm-hmm.
Well, luckily Epstein Island is very our
Oh,
shark sanctuary is well stocked.
yeah,
Look,
that's
full of
true.
fat people. Have you seen those pedophiles?
I
Most of them
mean,
are fucking
yeah, I mean,
plump as
why
fuck.
eat me when we have all these lovely PDF files?
I'm not eating those. That is haram.
I know they're only used for shark feeding.
I will eat the sharks.
I don't know.
Shark is delicious.
Have you tried like shark fin soup?
No, I won't do shark fin soup because of the way that they cultivate it. But I've had shark steaks, and they're pretty good.
Oh,
I
I
think
thought that shark meat was like could make you sick, or am I just thinking about one specific shark?
it may be some sharks. Mako shark is edible, and I am willing to bet you that Mako shark tacos are probably fucking amazing
Oh shit!
I've
with
only
like green
had
chili.
what did I have? I only had like manta ray tacos when I lived in
Ooh,
Wuhan?
Jalisco.
how was that?
Um, I don't know, fishy, I guess.
Thanks.
Well, it's a sea creature, so
Mantas
what
aren't
else?
fish though;
How
they're
else am I
mammals, right?
supposed to describe it as? It was
Like
tasty. It was tasty.
mantas aren't fish though; they're like mammals, right?
No, mantas are like
I'm
manta ray. It's a manta ray.
Okay.
They're related to
the
sharks.
genus Manta.
They're huge. They're huge. They're gigantic fucking rays,
Oh, okay.
and they're like
Yeah,
related to sharks.
they're their own. They're their own genus.
Well, I thought they were also like partly related to sharks because they're both like cartilaginous or something like that.
Maybe.
But yeah, manta ray is pretty delicious. I can't. The best way I can describe it is like it's like basically like thick fish, kind of like a cross between I don't know, kind of like a cross between like a shrimp, like a seafood, like shrimp, lobster, and fish.
Ooh. Well, I mean, but shrimp and lobster are very distinct from fish. They're spongier.
They're crustaceans.
That is
Basically, they're
correct.
giant sea bugs.
That is correct. But the meat is very distinct from like a haddock, for example.
Yeah, I mean, as if it's already been like a long time, and it's like it was kind of flaky, but like still firm.
Interesting.
If I ever go back to Jalisco, if I ever go back to Guadalajara and go back to that bomb ass seafood restaurant and get myself some manta ray tacos again, I will let you know. But let's do some news.
I just want to just before we move on, this article that I just opened, it compares it to lobster and crab meat. Fuck, that means I'm gonna like it a
Oh.
lot. Yeah.
Well, you're
Well, maybe
originally from New
maybe
England.
it just tasted different to me because of like all the different spices they put on it.
Yeah.
So
I love crustaceans.
And they love you.
all right. First on the list, Mrs. Glenn Greenwald died suddenly. So
Oh yeah.
yeah, Glenn Greenwald's husband David Miranda dies at 37.
Two most likely causes of death. Go fast.
Yep.
Climate
Let's
change
see.
Oh, that
and
was-
video games.
Climate
Yeah,
change
I made it.
and
Racism.
racism. Yep. White
Racism.
supremacy.
Absolutely.
I'm going to say that the two most likely causes of death for Mrs. Glenn Greenwald are AIDS and suicide by shotgun to the back of the head.
I don't know. Let's find out. It says that so Glenn Greenwald announced on Tuesday that his husband, Brazilian lawmaker David Miranda, has died at age 37 after battling a severe infection for most of the past year. And he would have turned
AIDS.
38 on Wednesday. Oh, no. He's survived by Greenwald and their two adopted young sons. It was, let's see. He said that his husband was hospitalized due to a life-threatening illness from a suddenly inflamed and infected abdominal region that quickly spread via his blood to multiple organs.
AIDS. When you hear of gay men dying of these prolonged infections, and I'm not joking, when you hear of gay men dying of these prolonged infections, especially when they're young, it's AIDS.
Gay.
Yeah. And Greenwald met Miranda on Ipanema Beach in Rio in 2005, and then they moved in together 5 days after their first encounter.
It's pretty quick.
He wasn't bad looking.
I wish that they would be more honest about this too. Like, I wish that they would say he died of complications from AIDS, but they cover it up constantly.
I know it's not that big of a deal as it was in like the 80s and 90s now.
I mean, apparently it is, though, because it killed a 38-year-old man who should have been in the prime of his health. It is a big deal, and that the gays have fucked up handling it. The whole you didn't, Jez, but Canales and I grew up during the AIDS crisis, and
well, I grew
was
up
all-
in like the middle of it, like the 90s.
you would have caught the tail end of it. For us, it was very much, there was a big panic and everybody was supposed to alter their behavior and be far more cautious. And it actually had a big impact on me. I am paranoid about STDs. That's not necessarily a bad thing, but I'm very careful about that. And I developed a lot of that caution because of the AIDS crisis, not just because of the AIDS crisis, but it played a significant role in making me aware of it. What I found out later was that none of the gay people I knew were doing the same thing.
That's ironic.
Yeah. And that's why there is actually a current AIDS crisis that no one is talking about because gay men have been so uncautious for the last 30 years.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And then the lovely family.
Especially because AIDS, as you say, is not really that much of a deal nowadays, especially since the treatment is very effective if you follow it.
Now, here's the problem with that, though. The problem is that the treatment makes you completely beholden to Pfizer.
Okay.
Or whoever, or the other. Well, it's not just Pfizer; it's also like the other pharma companies.
Yeah, they're all
that
the same
also
thing.
make AIDS medicine. Yeah.
They all do the same stuff, and they all are trying to destroy this country the same ways. So what happens is you get AIDS, you're now beholden to Pfizer. You now want Pfizer to survive more than anything else, including your own country. You're now a drone or a eunuch for Pfizer.
Well, in the moment you get sick, you are officially a bitch of the pharmaceutical companies.
Yep.
Which I can relate to because I have an autoimmune disease and I have to rely on replacement hormones. To properly function, which I haven't had in like over a year, and it's like I'm feeling it. They really want me back, but there's no other way to like alleviate what I have.
Oh, you gotta do what you gotta do. I mean, if it's a matter of survival.
I mean, I could eat there's something called like desiccated thyroid where they like take thyroid, they like dry out thyroids from pigs, and but I have a problem with like other organs, like if I eat like liver and lungs, they have like this weird taste to them that I just can't stand.
How different it is from eating the body parts of other animals?
I like
I don't.
organ meats. I I know a deer hunter. I tried to talk him into getting me some lungs so I could make. This is so that on. I don't. I wonder if this video is still there. A while ago, I found a video on YouTube for a recipe for deer, or rather venison faggots, and I wanted to make venison faggots. Uh, and it calls for fresh deer lungs.
Yeah. Well, I don't.
Uh,
I don't have. Well, surprisingly, I don't have an issue with like if it's a sausage and like intestine casing. It's just like the other organ meats, like the stomach and the lungs and the liver, just have like this really bad aftertaste that I just can't like, even if you like season it well.
what
I
about the
like
heart?
liver if it's fried. You guys tried fried liver?
Oh
Yes.
yeah,
Yeah,
delicious liver and onions,
fried
man.
liver and
Oh,
onions.
Yep.
Yeah, it's absolute awesome.
And it's actually kind of a, well, not a delicacy, but a pretty common dish here in Basque Country.
Well, I don't know if you have seen it, Midnight, but there's a video here in YouTube of a German guy who cook the heart of a beef.
I love pig
I know.
hearts. They're delicious.
And I I know down here they eat chicken hearts, and there's a delicacy made out of beef heart called anticucho.
That all
I've
sounds
yet
delicious to me.
I have yet to try that, but the thing that's only holding me back is if it's gonna have a nasty aftertaste like liver and lungs do.
I don't know. I have
It
tasted a
it
lot of
will
lungs.
taste gamey and it will taste irony.
Yeah, maybe that's why. Maybe that's why. No, livers don't really have iron. They have like more vitamin A, don't they?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Mm-mm.
Anyways, next story. So, in light of our like picture header, some of Elon Musk's fans are furious that the newly appointed Twitter CEO is is a WEFtard.
Oh, not just a left hard. This is a left hard. This is a
No,
left hard
he said,
No, I
wannabe
said
oligarch.
WEFtard.
WEFtard.
WEF.
WEF.
WEFtard.
This is
So yeah.
a wannabe oligarch. She's not an oligarch, but she really thinks she will be if she's a good girl.
hmm So Elon Musk announced that Linda Yaccarino is the new CEO of Twitter on Friday, and she's tied to the World Economic Forum. You know, Klaus Schwab, and you will eat the bugs.
Yep.
So conservatives are upset that she's a leftard, but the leftoids are like that she follows in. But the leftards are saying that she follows and likes tweet from prominent conservatives.
That's completely meaningless. People follow and like tweets from people that they disagree with all the time.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, let's see. Yaccarino, well, she's the former advertising chief at NBC Universal, but she is involved in the World Economic Forum, as shown in this tweet here. Let's take a look.
He may as well have hired Vijaya Gotti. He may as well have just called Vijaya Gotti and said, "Hey, you want a promotion?" This woman is going to run Twitter exactly like you think she is. As soon as she gets in that office, she's going to start banning people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can't find a way to embiggen
looks
this,
like
but
I bailed
it
just
says
in time.
that she's a chairman at NBC Universal,
Yeah.
COO, and then let's see.
Just in time for election season to start ramping up.
Yep, this guy says if she gets the job, I will end my subscription.
Who do you think will have been a good CEO for Twitter?
O'Keefe,
Hmm?
What
He
about
also
Lex
Kiev?
Friedman? No?
Joe Rogan.
I don't know
Yeah,
about
Joe
Lex Friedman.
Rogan.
No, not Joe Rogan.
No?
He'd have been better than I would give him credit for.
I mean, he's all for like talking to everyone and like
Uh,
pretty hard on like free speech.
oh, here's a tweet from Doomer Beanie Man.
What's
Yep,
it say? I
he's the
can't read
chair
it.
of the World Economic Forum's Task Force on Future of Work.
Yeah,
Whatever that means.
hang on. Let me make this big and see if I can read it. Work. I think it is going to be a very hard pill for conservatives to swallow, having the chair of the World Economic Forum's Task Force on Future of Work running Twitter. Tucker Carlson. So what I imagine that means is either how to control your employees more in line with the forum's demands, or how to replace your employees.
Right.
And
It
she
sounds like
speaks.
automation to me.
By the way, she speaks in all the fucking jargon of who, Canales?
Oh yeah.
The National Training Laboratories and Kurt Levin.
Yeah.
All
Yeah,
that
absolutely.
jargon. She speaks in all the jargon. There's one where she was talking about activate. You have no. You have to accelerate. That's the name of one of the fucking programs. It's like accelerate, empower. I think activate is one. There's a couple others. She was absolutely speaking in all their jargon. She will do what the World Economic Forum and the commies want.
Okay, this is fucked up, so that we won't dig into that. I'm trying to find more.
Wait, hang on. What does it say?
Hold on. It says Raffle Mal, apparently QA Mega is so mad about Elon Musk appointing a new CEO of Twitter with ties to WEF that the newest conspiracy is that he's the Antichrist.
Yeah, it's going to take more to convince me of that, but
And then this guy goes,
I think it's an enormous betrayal. I think it's an enormous betrayal.
Yeah. Yeah, this guy's like, Elon Musk is probably anti-John the Baptist, the one that prepares the way for the Antichrist.
It's possible.
And then, let's see.
I love it how when it's one conservative saying it, it's all conservatives saying it. Now conservatives say just one guy saying it.
I mean, there are a handful of people going along with that, but there's no weight to the narrative.
Oh, I like this one, but I thought this was his new CEO, and it's the Japanese.
Oh God, I wish.
Minister of Health.
Oh, yeah.
Was she?
She looks healthy.
Yeah.
Minister of Milk, more like it.
Moo. Right, what was her name? Nope.
I think it's Saki Milk O'Hara.
No. I couldn't find anything.
You know, I am amazed that for a country and a people that A, relies so little on dairy, and B, has such a high incidence of lactose intolerance, they're producing such amazing milk trucks these days.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, as I said before, what did I say? Oh yes, there are many doujins and hentai being made of her as we speak.
Can't say I'm surprised. Japan is so ahead of us.
I hope we can get a crossover between her and Abby Shapiro.
Yes.
Abby Shapiro's out. She's in.
Yeah, because I don't know if you have seen the hentai of Abby Shapiro.
No.
I must know for science.
Yeah, for research purposes, can you illuminate us a bit on this topic?
Okay, so far I have only seen 5 pages because I think the artists have only those 5 pages. But he pretty much tells the story of how Shapiro saying, "Oh, my brother is a far right conservative speaker who is always surrounded by men, but he doesn't know that I have sex with all those men he surrounds with."
Oh, that's
Abby,
not
yes,
quite what I'm
Abby
looking for, but
Shapiro harem.
But I have to say, the artist is actually pretty good.
it's pretty funny.
He captured Abby's essence.
And how?
Yeah, and when I'm talking about her essence, I'm talking about her tits.
Uh, uh, uh,
Yes.
didn't she have a baby recently? I
Yeah,
remember when she was still pregnant, and those things went shazoom.
yeah, they grow. Those things
I was,
grow.
and I said, "Oh man, that kid's gonna be breastfeeding until he's like 23."
And I cannot blame him.
I have a cousin. Dude, this cousin had to have been breastfeeding past like 8 years old. He might have been breastfeeding until he was like 12.
That's just fucked up.
That's really weird, right?
Yeah.
I
I
mean,
mean, it's
It's
fine.
not.
I
what's
mean,
the
it's
appeal
fine
in
if
it? Like,
like maybe 2, maybe 2 years old should be like the oldest, but
I
over at the
remember
age of
being like,
2,
yeah, this aunt is like, it's like a by marriage connection, so it's like a second or third step relative. And I remember being over their house, and I must have been like, I don't know, 10 years old, so he would have been 8 or 9, and like, it's time to sit down and chill out and watch TV or whatever. And the next thing I know, she's breastfeeding. I'm like, this is the weirdest fucking shit ever. Am I supposed to say something? Is anybody gonna say anything? What the fuck is going on here?
you could probably
And
hear
he
the
definitely
clock.
ended up with major issues. What's that?
You could probably hear the clock in that situation, right? Like it just
Yeah,
went
it
off.
was really weird. He definitely ended up with major issues,
Yeah.
partially because of it. And I'd love to know what her reasoning was. Like, lady, what are you doing?
Midnight, I left something for you in the private chat.
Oh, okay. Oh, I bet I'm. Oh no!
all right.
Whoa!
But anyways, CN leadership under fire after disastrous Trump town hall. So, did any of you guys watch it? I didn't.
Yeah, I watched
I
it.
saw snippets
Yep.
of it.
But I saw the best part, definitely.
So, I guess the primetime broadcast of Donald Trump propelled a tsunami of criticism from inside and outside the network on Thursday. The former president repeatedly dodged or sneered at questions from CNN's moderator Caitlin Collins during the live 70-minute forum at St. Anselm College in New Hampshire on Wednesday night. Of course, she doubled down on false claims that a rigged election that that was proven to exist led to his 2020 ouster and referred to the writer E. Jean Carroll, who we will be talking about in a bit, as a whack job. To cheers and laughter from the audience made up of local Republican voters. And when Collins asked him why he removed classified documents from the White House, he replied, Canales, I need you to read the highlighted text here.
You are a nasty person.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And then everyone was saying, like, this guy, Mark Lukaskowitz,
Let me help you out here.
says
See if I got it.
predictably disastrous. Live lying works. A friendly mega crowd constantly laughs, claps at Trump's punchlines, and the moderator cannot begin to keep up with the AR-15 pace of lies.
The AR-15, really? You got paid
Yeah,
to write that? Jesus Christ.
I mean, unfortunately, this article comes from the Washington Post, so
You need to go back to writing school, and you need to be shoved into a locker by fucking Ernest Hemingway and Herman Melville. You do not write that. That's haram.
Let's see. CNN has been struggling to turn around viewership decline. Good. And there's only just 3.1 million viewers overall.
Mm.
I don't know. Is that a
Let's
lot
see.
or too little? I don't know. I don't understand how like
Very
viewership-
small.
For a
Okay.
network like them, it's small. I think PewDiePie has more viewers.
Yeah.
We have more viewers.
Maybe.
hmm Let's see. The more profound impact may be the damage done to the reputation of the network that has long promoted itself as the most trusted name in news. Not anymore. It also raised questions about the future prospects of Chief Executive Chris Licht, who replaced Trump friend turned critic Jeff Zucker last year and is charged with striking more neutral tone at a cable channel that exploded with impassioned commentary during the Trump years. More like making stupid comments about Trump, reporting on every single thing he did and be like, "Oh, Trump did this. Why did he do this? Let's call in a panel of experts to examine why he buttered his toast on the backside instead of the front side." Things like that.
I like how they're all trying to assassinate CNN now. Like I was watching Hard Bastard last night or the night before, I forget which. Was it last night? Might have been last night. Anyway, and he was playing some of the Young Turks stuff, and like they're all saying, "Oh, don't watch CNN. Don't watch our commentary, but don't watch CNN." It's like, oh, that's fucking hilarious. I'll take it. I'll take two.
Yeah.
You fucking
Journalists
idiots.
at CNN called the town hall a debacle, a disaster, and CNN's lowest moment. On Twitter,
exactly.
On Twitter, the hashtags boycott CNN, done with CNN, and buy CNN trended late Wednesday. They say it's because that the format enabled Trump's filibustering and thwarted real-time fact-checking, allowing him to present a dishonest rehashing of his record. In terms of sheer control of the stage and WWE-style platform dynamics, the horrible truth is that the outcome was preordained, tweeted veteran political writer James Bowles. Whoever cares. And then,
there is
what?
no manner of participation in that interview that he could have done beside total capitulation that would have made them anywhere near happy.
Yeah.
Do you think that if Trump disappeared, they would be happy? Because I'm.
Oh yeah,
having
absolutely.
No,
Wait,
I'm
they
having
will-
a-
No, they would
I'm
even
having
be
my
more
doubts, like-
happy if like a mob of Antifa like broke in and grabbed Trump
Yeah.
and did
I mean-
unspeakable things in Minecraft with him and
Hitler
then puts his head on a pike.
Hitler has been dead for over 70 years now, and they can't just stop talking about him.
They
Yeah,
actually
and-
recently started talking about him.
It's not Trump. It's them. They're mentally ill.
Oh yeah.
I mean, Trump, yes, he is the typical like bloviating billionaire guy. Like he thinks he's all that in a bag of chips because I have the money, I have the celebrity.
Well, I mean, he
Ooh,
does have
look
the
at
money and he
balls.
does have the celebrity. That's the thing. Why is it wrong to say you have the money and the celebrity when you do, in fact, have the money and the celebrity? And the answer to that question is because the people without the money and the celebrity are jealous.
Remember,
That's
Mega,
why.
how our mutual friends on Twitter used to make fun of us because we were poor and we apparently work as janitors,
Yep.
and they are doing much better than we are, and they have like cozy jobs at universities and shit.
Yeah.
Remember how that only applies, like boasting about your quality of life only applies when it's only bad when people who are above you do it, man. It's fucking
Yeah.
hypocrites.
My father was a janitor, and I worked for the DPW doing garbage collection. Fuck anyone who has a problem with that.
I mean,
I don't
challenge
see any
anyone who
job
has a problem with
beneath me.
that to do that job.
Yeah,
I could be
I don't
a-
see any job beneath me. I don't think I'm better than a garbage collector or janitor because I draw funny books. You know.
No, me neither. I think that it's better to have a job than be a petty criminal or a drug dealer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And as you say, for example, I could be a neurosurgeon. I'm not saying that I'm a neurosurgeon, but there's people who still say, "Oh, I bet you're lying, or you're a very bad neurosurgeon." They will pull something like that.
Now we all
Possible.
know that. Now we all know that your haters think that you live in your mom's basement and you're like 500 pounds.
Jokes on them. I live in my mother's attic, and I'm 300 pounds. I've gone on a diet.
Well,
I can almost see my
What?
balls now.
yes, that's just what I need to hear tonight. Anyways, here's some highlights from Marjorie Taylor Greene. Let's check that out and let's see.
Back to what happened on that day.
He
You said
did
you
not
weren't.
say that.
He has testified that, Mr.
He did
President.
not say that.
But you said you weren't very involved that day. You did tell your supporters to come to Washington. You tweeted about it, about
Sure,
that
of
speech
course.
that happened on the rally.
Am I
So
allowed
when
to say that?
When they went to the Capitol and they were breaking into the Capitol, smashing windows, injuring police officers, why did it take you 3 hours to tell them to go home?
I don't believe it did. Oh, let me pull it out. I have to pull it out. So if you look,
Did you see that bitch in the glasses? She's like, oh gosh,
Back it up.
why am I even
Back it up.
here?
Back it up. I want to see the face. Yeah.
Right here. Oh,
Well, there it is.
why am
Yep.
I here? I only came with my
Dope.
boyfriend.
It's the only thing that would make her happy is total capitulation. She can't reason about whether or not he is correct or accurate. She just wants him defeated. This is an issue with women.
Yeah, so
And this is why the left is
Then-
woman and simps.
here's another one down here.
Yeah.
She's
They
like,
just can't admit
"Oh."
that they're fucking wrong about anything.
Right.
And it's destroying
Oh,
Western
God.
civilization.
Yeah. This face is
This
like,
is what we get
God,
Prince
I'm only
Imanapula.
here for the extra credits for my sci poly class. I have to get those extra credits for my GPA.
She thinks that she's participating in a crusade to prevent her rights being taken away, but she hasn't even begun to pay for the rights that she has.
Mm-hmm.
I would
So
pay
if
3
you
cameras
look
for
at-
her.
on January 5th, the day before, I said, please support our
What did you say?
I would pay 3 cameras for her.
I'll buy that for $1.
I buy that for $1. You know what, Paul? I was reading an article about that scene, and it was supposed to be like some type of sitcom about some greasy guy. I want Paul Verhoeven to come out of retirement and make a movie all about the I buy that for $1 guy.
The greasy guy begins like a prequel. I would actually
Yeah.
write that for $1.
I think he had a name. I forgot what it was, but he had a name and one of his backgrounds was like he was brought before the Supreme Court for like underage shit. So I want to see a movie. Paul Verhoeven, come out of retirement, make a movie about the I'd buy that for $1 guy from RoboCop.
January 5th, the day before, I said, please support our Capitol Police and law enforcement. They are truly on the side of our country. Stay peaceful. Stay peaceful. This was the day before, and this was in the form of Twitter. Now use Truth Social. I think it's far superior, okay? I hope everybody's on Truth. If you look January 6th, this is before 2:30. I am asking for everyone at the U.S. Capitol to remain peaceful. This is right after, as it was happening. But what happened is they took it down I don't know why. I think they took it down because it was so good. They didn't like it being up there. I am asking, and we didn't know until I got it back, because now I have 90 million people waiting for me to go back, but I'm on truth and I'm staying on truth. Listen, I am asking for everyone at the U.S. Capitol to remain peaceful. No violation. We want no violation. We want no violence. Remember, we are the party of law and order. Respect the law and our great men and women in blue. Thank you. That was at 2:30. That was very early.
Mr. President, I looked at the same timeline that you did.
No, I
Once
know,
it was
but you
clear,
didn't report that. You know what? Because it was
we did
taken
report it.
down.
I was
It
reporting
was
that
taken
thing.
down and it wasn't.
But when it was clear,
She didn't look at any timeline. Even if the video was playing in front of her, there is nothing that she was perceiving that wasn't exactly what she wanted to see.
It reminds me of what happened with this bitch, Alejandra Caraballo, when she tweeted about harassing the members of the Supreme Justice. And when one of them eventually had her in front of her and pretty much called her out for her tweet, she said, that wasn't the context of my tweets. I want to explain.
Yeah.
Fucking bitch.
They will believe anything that backs up their entitlement and their narcissism. The truth is not a thing. Truth is not a thing with these people. Fact is not a thing.
War with reality, their ideology, and as I said about, again, one of our mutual friends on Twitter, Imega, they don't have a personality anymore. Their personality is now just a security system for their ego.
Yeah.
Well, they never had so this is something that I think about a lot. They never had a personality. What they've always had is persona, and persona and personality aren't the same thing. Personality is something that you develop over a lifetime through genuine experience, and sometimes you adopt persona and it becomes a part of personality. And I'll give you an example of that. I remember intentionally incorporating the word dude into my vocabulary. I did that intentionally, and then there was a certain point where it just happened on its own. Right? Like the word dude just happens. But there was a period of time.
That's how culture works. I mean, look at me and the entire English language for me. Like I just incorporated it because I wanted to communicate with you guys, and now it just happens spontaneously.
And
I will even swear in English spontaneously without thinking.
But the thing is, so that is kind of that's how like a persona can become part of a personality. But it still requires genuineness and it still requires consistency. Right. These are skinwalkers. They just have thin costumes that they wear to try and get what they want from other people. That's why they're a different thing every week.
Yep.
And what's beneath that persona is essentially Gollum. They're all Gollum at heart.
Gollum.
Pretty much.
Terrifying when you think about it.
They're just terrible little people twisted by greed and avarice are pretty much the same thing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're twisted by greed and chasing fame. That clout.
But it really is deep down inside. I mean, there's probably more to it, but they've never experienced real affection, given or received. Think about that.
It's like their parents never like hugged them enough. Or maybe their parents hugged them too much and they're just rebelling against it.
Excuse me. It can definitely be both of those things, but it's a deficit somewhere. Some of them didn't get enough discipline, some of them got too much.
Yeah. Some of them were probably just born like that. You know, something fucked with their amygdala or something.
I don't know. I don't know that I think that that's very common. I think that they were made. And when I say made, I mean not completely made. If that makes any sense.
Well, continuing the Trump news. E. Jean Carroll may sue Trump a third time after vile comments on CNN.
Oh no! Comments that were vile. Did he call you a Nazi?
She's the one who won the lawsuit, isn't it?
Yeah. So let's see. Her lawyer said that the former president's mocking comments in a town hall broadcast could create fresh legal jeopardy. And let's see. Obviously she was watching the town hall on Wednesday night. No, wait, she wasn't watching. She was asleep and did not learn of his comments, calling her claim of decades-old assault fake. Wait, I need Canales.
She was asleep and she got fake, made up story. Right?
And a made up. Yep.
The made
Until
up story.
Thursday morning,
Right?
when her lawyer sent her a transcript. It's just stupid
Part
and
of
just disgusting. Foul. Yes.
part of what this is all
Yes,
meant to
something.
do is to disincentivize defending yourself.
Mm-hmm.
It's
yeah,
not
the
him they're
comments
after, it's
came
us.
a day.
It's just in the way.
Yeah, the comment came after a Manhattan jury, led by the Mr. Potato Head Alvin Bragg, awarded Miss Carroll $5 million in damages and found him liable for abusing her in the mid-1990s in a department store dressing room.
They can't even
And also
prove
for
he was
defaming
there.
her. Yeah. Let me see if I can.
That's the thing that's
well, this-
insane about it, is they can't even prove that he was there.
They reek of desperation. We gotta
Yeah.
nail him
Mhm.
for something. Something's gotta stick. It's sad.
And then Trump, in response, called Miss Carroll a whack job and said her civil trial was a rigged deal. And the comments,
True facts.
and the comments drew applause and laughter. This chick said that she was infuriated when her longtime stylist told her on Thursday morning that the stylist's 15-year-old son was talking about what Mr. Trump had said on television. I'm upset on behalf of the young men in America. I mean, what are they supposed to do now? I mean, we've seen the trends that if you are a young male, usually white, you are seen as the vilest piece of shit ever to walk the earth.
Dude, I feel
Am I
bad
right?
for like 17 to 23-year-old dudes right now. The years that
And I mean-
I had are not available to
Mhm.
them. It's terrifying.
Yeah, I mean, and then you get people like Trump and Andrew Tate, and they turn to them, and then everyone goes, ah! And then everyone screams and calls them like toxic masculinity and
Nothing wrong with Tate. He's a
istophobes
Muslim.
and whatever.
Tate is a Muslim, so stop being so fucking Islamophobic.
The thing about Tate is, like, he's right in his diagnosis. He's just wrong in his solution. But his solution does work. So anybody want to offer a better solution? You go right ahead and offer a better solution. I don't see one.
The only thing that I would ask
They just
any Tate hater is to tell me
Yeah.
where Tate is wrong. Like I don't much like him personally, but I mean nothing.
But he
that
said mean things about women. He said the mean things about women because they're mean. They can't be true, right? Mean means not true, right?
It's like I'm rich. I do whatever
As
the
I
fuck I want.
said-
I go wherever the fuck I want. But yeah, that is an objective fact. Like it's just like
yeah, basically what women want today is they want the either subdued cucked male, soy male.
They don't
with
want
the
that. They're
glasses
willing
and
to
the
let that pay their
patchy
bills.
beard and the
and then they will
If
turn around and fuck guys much
Yeah.
worse than Tate
Yeah.
in the blink of an eye.
they either want men to be like simping dominated soy boys or basically femboys.
They don't
into
want the
effeminate
femboys.
mincing
They're just willing to
Femboys.
put up with them to get their bills paid, or to get like an easy source of Tenchis and Val. But they don't actually want
Mhm.
those people. They don't have real relationships with those people. What they have is negotiations, bookended by consumerism.
You just reminded me of last night I was watching Adonis Paul.
Oh yeah,
I
you
caught
had mentioned
his
how.
show last night, and one of the videos, yeah, one of the videos he showed was some guy, I guess Hispanic. He went and got his girlfriend's name tattooed on his back, and he's kind of like,
Oh
you would
no,
describe him as like the short manlet type who like lifts, like the short bodybuilder type. And he went to the hotel to show his girlfriend, and he finds out that she's she was banging this let's call him a bull.
she getting clapped right there, huh?
Yep. Like
So
both of them, both of them are out in the tower, and he, yeah.
had you watched Adonis Paul's show before?
I watched some of it like a year or so ago when you first mentioned him, but I haven't really followed up.
Yeah, I've been
Oh
watching
yeah,
him.
because I wanted to. Yeah, I was gonna say I wanted to. I think I tried showing you like the section of video where he has like the hot women, and we wanted to, and I suggested that we do something similar, but instead it's Canales flexing.
God damn it, you had to ruin it.
Nothing is
Although
ruined by
that
me
would be
flexing,
funny.
though, man.
That would be funny. There are ways to make that funny.
No, okay, so like his latest one is he has like this hot apparently Russian chick on the beach, and the background music is Miserlou. I was thinking we do something similar, but it said it's Canales. He's oiled up. He's flexing, and instead of Miserlou, we play the Scooty Bop Bop Bop. Yes, yes, yes song.
No, that's so weird. We need to find me a new theme song, because I don't
know
want
what
to be the guy.
Miserlou is.
Dick
You know,
Dale
it's
and
the
his
one that goes
Deltones
da 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 da
from
da
Pulp
da
Fiction.
da 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 da
Oh,
da.
okay,
That song.
yeah. Okay. I didn't know that was called Miserlou, and I think that's a stupid fucking name for that song. But go ahead.
You should probably go back in time
Yeah,
and punch Dick Dale in.
well, Miserlou is actually like a traditional Greek song that got adapted in the 50s by Dick Dale as a rock
Oh.
song.
Well, that explains the sound. I always thought it sounded like strangely like Arabic or Mediterranean or something like that.
Yeah, I can definitely see Greeks breaking plates to that one.
Let's see.
Speaking of which, I'm going to a Greek festival soon.
Cool.
Oppa!
I live near a bunch of Greeks. They're having a festival shortly, and I'm going to go there specifically to stuff my face with as much fucking Greek meat pie as I can.
Get some moussaka.
Yeah,
Maybe
dude, there's a million. I'm gonna want everything. I guarantee you, I'm gonna spend like $150 at that fucking festival.
Maybe you can find yourself a nice Greek girl.
They're in my range.
They come in all varieties of thick. So yeah, I would recommend
Dude.
a Greek girl.
There's some good tzatziki sauce going on for sure.
Well, let's remember that the original Amazons were Greek, so maybe.
True.
Mm-hmm. Get yourself Hippolyta, or what was the other one? Penthesilea? Queens of the Amazons.
Working on.
What
See
else?
what
What else?
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
she's weighing whether this Carol, she wants to weighing whether or not to file a new defamation lawsuit against Trump.
Hey,
So,
go ahead, do it.
Just old lady. But
That bitch is fucking crazy. And
yeah.
anyone who says that there's any credibility to her allegations is either moronically stupid or just as crazy. Or both.
I mean, where's this? There. I mean, check this out.
Can I end on something that I think is really important in all of this? And it's the fact that New York passed this law.
Yeah.
The Adult Survivors Act. They passed it just a few years ago. Were it not for that law, you never would have been able to bring this case. And I just think it speaks to the importance for a lot of other survivors.
Exactly. I would never have this window, this year of having the ability.
She has Nancy Pelosi voice.
Yeah.
Or Nancy Pelosi syndrome, whatever the fuck it is.
Alcoholism.
Must have had a couple
in Alice.
mimosas before the show.
That's how it used to be called.
To bring a lawsuit for rape. Robbie can explain it better.
Well, EJ actually helped to get that law passed. It passed last year. We filed, it was Thanksgiving Day. It was the first day you could sue. We filed just after midnight on Thanksgiving. And
Can I end on something that I think is really important in all of this? And it's the fact that New York passed this law.
But yeah, DC Drino
It
says
was
that Jean Carroll, that Jean Carroll admits that she helped the New York Dems pass the new law in 2022 that extended the statute of limitations. They filed their lawsuit at midnight.
The entire purpose of that law was so that she could file this suit. This is what string pulling looks like. There are strings being pulled here. There are paths being erected for the purpose of accomplishing ends, and yeah, if you can't see this by now, you're useless.
Yeah.
You are of the enemy.
Yeah, here's another tweet. Yep. Statute of limitations is typically 5 to 7 years, and then New York even has a 20-year period for civil claims. But that wasn't enough to get Trump. Jean Carroll's claims go back to the mid-90s, so they amended the law in 2022 to provide unlimited statute of limitations and provided a 1-year window where pre-existing claims could be litigated. Then Jean Carroll comes in, and then she filed her claim, but a liberal New York jury wouldn't find Trump liable for her assault. And of course, he says it is what it is. It's basically another attack to try to harm Trump before the thing.
The
thing for
smell
next
of
year.
desperation is saturating the air.
Well,
Yep.
Slappy get it right. Slappy get right says Greek women are different.
So they are.
They sure can
I
be.
Yeah, I've seen the movie. I've seen the
on a
movie My
curious
Big
note-
Fat Greek Wedding.
Yeah. On a curious note, isn't anal like a cultural thing for Greek women?
Yeah,
Really?
but with dudes.
Oh,
Particularly
Remember?
young dudes.
because we call Greek, like anal is called, colloquially Greek in Spanish.
Yep.
And Mega, get out your tacos and your caguama of Carta
Burrito.
Blanca.
Taco, taco,
Why did
burrito,
Title
burrito.
42 end and what's happening at the border? Do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Ba-ba-do-do-do-do-do-do. So, until the spring of 2022, the CDC argued that Title 42 was needed to contain the coronavirus. What was Title 42? Well, basically it was the ruling to shut down the borders because of the coup, but it didn't really work.
And yet it stayed in place for unexplainable reasons.
They said that they couldn't end it last year because there was an order from a federal judge in Louisiana who agreed to a request from the Republican-led states to block the policy's termination on technical grounds. And they were set to end in December 2022. but the ruling was later paused by the Supreme Court. And Title 42 ended at 11:59. So all the Venezuelans, Hondurans, Nicaraguans,
And a few Basques
Guatemalans at the
too.
border. Oh, there's also I just saw a thing about there's Russians too at the border. They're all chomping at the bit to break down the wall. And it also says that um how is US border cities preparing? The local shelter in El Paso has been strained by the sharp increase, and humanitarian workers and volunteers who are being traitorous bastards by welcoming these migrants are expressing concern about their ability to help feed and house the migrants if the borders continue.
Send them to Chicago.
Oh man, now you brought up another one. Another gem that I saw on Adonis Paul. He played a video of a bunch of black people complaining that their neighborhood got like 100 migrants. And they're like, this ain't fair. We the people here.
Welcome to what you voted for. If you spent more time on literacy, you might have seen this coming, retards.
No more kids for you. Sorry, you're too dark. We gotta give it to the brown people.
Yep.
Brown people need it more.
Congratulations.
have it.
You did yourself.
Let them have it.
And then where are
I
they
want to see
coming
them get
from?
as much of it as they can.
A lot of them are coming from Colombia, Cuba, Nicaragua, Venezuela, as well as Guatemala, Honduras, El Salvador, and of course Mexico. So get in line, Mega. Get in line so you can cross the border and join up with Midnight and get some Amazonian snooze at the Greek festival.
I can guarantee you this, Imega is living significantly better than I am, so he's good where he is. He has no interest in being here.
Aw.
Isn't that true, Imega?
I don't know how exactly your situation, but yeah, I think that might be the case.
Well, I mean, you live in a house, I live in an apartment.
Yeah, you're fucked.
I accept it.
Yeah. So like in 2022 there was only 2 million there was more than 2 million apprehensions. That's 2 million too much. And then so far this year there's been 10,000 apprehensions on a daily basis. How is the Biden administration prepared? Not.
Is that question even well constructed in English? How has the Biden administration prepared?
Yeah. Like how well are they prepared? The well part is kind of implied.
I get it. Oh, okay.
Yeah. And the answer is they're prepared wonderfully for exactly what they want to happen.
That will disqualify migrants. Yeah. Let's see. Well, at least they finalized a rule that will disqualify migrants from asylum if they enter the U.S. without permission after failing to seek protection in a third country, like Mexico.
That won't do shit.
Yeah, but yep. And migrants subjected to this policy will face deportation and a 5-year banishment from the U.S. Make it 10. Make it, and if they have make it like a rap sheet, make it lifetime.
It's one thing if, you overstay a visa, you got fucking loaded, you're hungover as shit, you sleep through your alarm, and you're like, fuck, I'm stuck here, but it's going to take me a couple of days to sort shit out. I don't care about that. That doesn't fucking bother me. We know the difference between that and intentionally being here past your visa.
Even right here, they're saying at the same time, they're expanding programs for migrants to come to the U.S. Well, legally, but still they're programs. Because we have the programs to be like, oh yeah, we can. If you come to America, you can get this, 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 and this.
Where I come from was very much a test market for some of this. Like, there are a lot of Puerto Ricans where I come from, and they had signs in Puerto Rico saying to go to my hometown to get the best welfare.
Yeah, and I've seen it too here. Like on Facebook, I've been seeing ads for immigration to not only the US, but to Canada and Australia. I mean, if you want to go to Australia, good luck to you. I ain't going there. They have literal spiders the size of cats.
And I don't know if the immigration policies in Australia have changed, but I remember my grandfather actually tried to immigrate to Australia when he was a kid. Well, not a kid; he was actually already a grown up. He was just younger. I mean, as in not dead. But they told him that he was too short to be an Australian. Yeah, you need to be this tall to ride Australia.
Oh,
That's
shit.
pretty funny.
Oh shit! Oh shit! Hero, hi.
Hey, what's up, dude?
What's up?
Hey, what's up, Hero?
Because the Republicans in Oregon are now starting to ballot harvest.
Yeah. No more playing fair. Anything that you can legally do, fucking do.
Yep. And he says that I wish they could have ballot harvest in 2020. And even though he doesn't agree, but the fact is the enemy is doing it, that's why they've been winning.
Yep.
Well, that's the
Time to
thing.
fight fire with
always,
fire.
They always expect you to play fair. Those motherfuckers.
It's like when you're a kid, right? And you get in a fight with one of your friends and you say, hey, look, no face shots, no ball shots. You agree, no face shots, no ball shots. The minute that gets broke, all the rules are out the window. You whoop that monkey ass to show him what happens when you break the fucking rules that you agreed to. We had said years ago, no face shots, no ball shots, but they kept throwing face shots and ball shots all this time. So I don't know why the fuck we're not pounding them into the ground with everything we have. I mean, I do know why, but we should be.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. I think, yeah, this is our last one, so let's see. Now, everybody, I hope you brought your sunglasses because this shit's gonna glow.
Oh, my eyes, fuck.
Oh, yeah, I know. You should buy like a welding visor. Yep. Watch.
I tried watching an episode of the new Transformers series, and I'm blind, so I'm good.
Yeah. Masked white supremacists, Patriot Front members march through the National Mall. Turn down your brightness on your screens. Gonna show a little bit.
Hello, fellow conservatives.
Look at. They are totally not feds, guys. They are totally not feds.
What? Here's the thing. Look at how many fucking feds you're looking at. Look at all these fucking feds. Look at them all. Count them. How many feds do you count?
At least
It's a lot.
At least 50.
It's got to be a couple hundred. That's got to be a couple hundred, man.
Yeah, just imagine your Joe FBI flatfoot probably scrolling through the latest child porn, and then they're like, "Hey, Bill, what are you doing on the weekend?" Nothing.
I want to know the
Hey,
names of every single person involved in this white supremacist march.
Yeah. Want to put on a mask and some khakis and do this march?
I want them all identified. I want all these Nazis identified.
They're not. Yeah, look at them.
It's kind of funny how they never get identified, isn't it? Kind of funny how no one ever says, hey, wait a second, that's Joe Smith from Tuscaloosa. Kind of funny that they never get identified. Kind of funny that the left, who loves identifying people that participate in this, remember how many people from the Unite the Right rally got tracked down? Yet they haven't tracked any of these fucking people down? Wow, boy, that sure isn't suspicious.
And look, they have like their own little camera set up, and like they have the police escorting them.
You can pause the video. That's enough of this shit.
Yeah. But yeah, this video glows.
Yeah. Every single one of these people has been to fucking Quantico. All right.
Yeah, they say there were 200 marchers.
200. Yet the left hasn't identified one of them. How fucking strange. And you notice that they didn't have any of these black bloc wearing Antifa people attacking them. Huh. How strange is that?
That's fucking
Makes you
Yeah,
wonder
I
if they
mean,
got.
I mean,
when you're
shouldn't they
part of the
like? I
Proud
mean, they're
Boys
white
and you go to
nationalists.
hunt,
Shouldn't Antifa be attacking them?
you when you
Yep.
when you're the Proud Boys and you go to a bar in Manhattan, they're waiting for you outside to beat the shit out of you, and you go to jail for defending yourself. But when you're like the
That's
Patriot
correct.
Front or whatever, you like form with your 200 buddies and start chanting and beating drums and shit. Nothing happens to you. That's fucking weird.
Yeah, and they were escorted by the police.
Excuse me.
Have we
Which you
ever?
need a permit for, by the way. You have to pay for that. You need a permit for that, and you have to pay for that. And that is a public record. So there should be a check and a name on that check that's public record. Why don't we have that?
Mm-hmm. have here's the leader, Thomas Rousseau. How much do you want to
Thomas
bet
Rousseau.
he's funded He Glows?
I want to see his Twitter. Where's his Twitter? Who is he?
Let's find out.
Are
Oh
you
my
looking
god,
up Thomas Rousseau right now?
there's only like three there's only like three Thomas Rousseaus, and none of them. One is a 21-year-old bisexual.
Oh, wait, hang on. So I Googled, or whatever search engine, I might not have been Google.
Yeah.
And the first hit for me was a Richard Spencer tweet. That nigga glows.
Yeah.
And it says, "Join me and Thomas Rousseau." This is from 2019.
Okay.
Oh, this video isn't available anymore. How interesting. Yeah. There's zero chance Richard Spencer isn't a glowy.
So, if you type on Twitter, we have the name Thomas Rousseau. You come up with these three. Well, this one, I don't know about this one. This one is a 21-year-old bisexual, and this person is someone from Russia that joined in. Yeah. They claims they're from Russia, and they only have one following and one follower, and they haven't tweeted at all. So, and I think the other guy had like 2 tweets.
That's fucking interesting.
Yeah.
You would think that he'd have a Twitter presence. How convenient.
I know, it's weird.
I mean, it's weird, but it isn't, right? It's exactly what's expected.
Yeah. It's a glow. Glow ops.
Glow, 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 glow,
Here's
glow.
three. I think
Saint
most of the
Terry,
people there
please
were
return.
Oh, David Terry. You know what? Remember all those train derailments at the beginning of the year? Maybe that was retribution from Terry. Terry Davis.
That's pretty funny.
Because that's how he died. He got hit by a train.
Yeah. That poor dude makes me sad.
R.I.P. in peace, Terry A. Davis.
I know that
We shall always be
he-
vigilant of the glowies.
he was schizophrenic. He was a pain in the ass to his parents. The two big things that led to him getting kicked out of his house is him being aggressive with them, being an asshole to them, and playing drums while they were trying to have some old people quiet time. There had to be another way. It just once he was living in his car, you could tell it was over. It's sad.
All right, well, I guess it's time to wrap this thing up. What's that, Hero? The fact they felt they needed to do this says something that means we are actually winning against them, against the deep state. Thoughts?
Sort of, maybe. I'd like to believe that we're winning, but I can see us losing. I can see how we lose pretty brightly. And if we're on the course, if the course that we are on remains unaltered, we lose. And the reality is, this doesn't get won by harshly worded fucking vlogs.
Mm-hmm. Well, I know that U.S. is going to hit the debt ceiling soon. Very soon. Very, very, very soon.
Meanwhile, $300 million of ammunition that we bought for fucking Ukraine, that doesn't include shipping and handling, by the way, got blown up yesterday.
Beautiful.
Yeah. Nuts. I mean, I think at this point, just let Russia take Ukraine or something. I don't know. Just fucking
We should
take
have
it.
never been involved.
Yep. Hero's right. The economy is going to tank and people are going to be thinking about the economy. Trump is going to be the big Rinrar.
I think that you overestimate the average person's ability to draw the connection, Hero. I wish that you didn't. I wish that I didn't think that. But I think that you overestimate people's ability to to connect the dots.
Yeah. So, I don't know what that means for me because I get my American money through a Polish company. So, here's hoping that I can still.
You absolutely need to have an emergency plan and a go bag ready. You need to be ready to say, fuck, I have to get out of here and get back to the States. Because there is a really good chance you have to live in reality, Jez. There is a really good chance that whether you like it or not, you have to live in reality. And there's a really good chance that you're going to be cut off from this digital world that keeps you afloat, and none of us will be able to help you get out of where you are. You need to have your contingency in place more than anyone else I know. I can't tell you what that contingency is, but you need to have it in place.
We appreciate it.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to figure out. But yeah, Hero says he's just here to be the positivity, to be the light in the dark.
Yeah. We need more wood for the fire.
The crops must grow. We're going to have a good harvest next year. We must have a good harvest next year. So, what are your plans? My plans is that I need to buy a suitcase so I can move.
Are you moving this week? Or are you moving at the end of the month?
I'm trying to. My plan was to move like this weekend, but then I got caught up with like trying to rescue the little retard. So now it's this week.
Gotcha.
In fact, Monday I'm probably going to bring over like Luna's litter box and I don't know. At least her litter box. I don't have to. carry it all on the train.
Are you going to carry a full litter box on the train?
No, it's it's empty. It's empty. I just cleaned it out. I just dumped out the litter today. She barely even used it. She barely even used it because now I'm believing she shits and pisses on the roof, but I'm trying to break her out of it because now we're living in a proper apartment.
That's going to take some time.
I know.
It might be a good idea. What you need to do is you need to restrict her movement so that she only has the litter box available to her. So that means like shutting her in your room or shutting her in the bathroom or something like that with the litter box. The reason the bathroom is the better option is because if she doesn't use the litter box and uses somewhere else, it's a tiled floor and easy to clean up.
Well, all the floors are tile and down here, so even
Okay, you're
if
choosing not to get my point here. It's
I know.
Okay.
I'm just saying it doesn't really matter if I shut her in the bathroom or bedroom if all the floors are tile. Okay. Yeah, so I'm trying to figure out shit as I try to get stuff together and just finally move out of this place into some place more nicer and more private, hopefully.
It's a bathroom that you only have to share with one other person. That's pretty good.
Actually, this place has 2 bathrooms, so I probably have like my own bathroom.
Oh shit!
All right. Not bad.
So yeah, it's
I think
pretty
that's
good
a that's a good
for the
note
price.
to end this show on. What do you think?
Mhm.
Huh?
So yeah, future plans. Midnight, what you got aside from getting yourself your Amazon Dami Mami at the Greek festival?
My week is generally light busy, like busy but not overwhelming. The last 2 weeks were as fucking crazy as I expected them to be. Not terrible, but very busy. I'm expecting a moderately busy week this week, so going to work and hopefully doing some Midnight Chrome stuff. I dropped a little preview. I finally started working on some stuff again. I don't know if you guys saw it, but I did drop a preview. I should probably pin it to my Twitter.
You can show us after we end the live broadcast.
All right, I gotta find it.
Yeah. Fat Man?
Just finishing those comics that I'm finishing, and then I don't know. Yeah, I guess I'll take a break. Maybe start doodling something for that project that you mentioned.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, go back to looking for work on message boards on social media, like in the old times before Comicsgate.
And Mega?
I have to return back to work because all the holidays have finished here in May. The last one was the Day of the Teacher,
Oh.
and yeah, I don't know why, but they decided to give us that day off, and I have to finish my commissions because I have a shit ton.
Because Mexicans will take any excuse they can to not go to work.
That's also the case. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure
The
that's
Spanish do the same thing.
Yeah, this month was crazy because we have the Labor's Day, Works Day.
Labor Day.
Yeah.
Or May Day.
Then we have the 5th of May because in some places they give it to us. We have the March
Today is the day we celebrate the man who held a piece of paper one time. What? Well, you know, everybody held a piece of paper, so we take the day off work.
Yeah.
The sink full of mayo.
Cinco de Mayo. Some places they give it to us.
I actually didn't celebrate Cinco de Mayo this year. I tend to like to celebrate it.
And what
El
else? And
Cinco de Drinko.
Mother's Day and the Day of the Teacher. It's tomorrow actually.
Oh. I don't know if it's the same down here. Well, anyways, that's our show for tonight. Hopefully, we will see y'all next week. Thank you for joining us, Hero9269 Able and Slappy Get Right.
We
You
love
have
you,
now
fellas.
been bestowed with Monster Dongs for participating in the chat. Those who didn't, your peepees are still small and tiny and ineffective. You will please no one. All right. Say your goodbyes.
Adios.
Have a nice
Bye.
night, everyone.
Take care.